Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and in this video we're going to talk about something out of the pages of, just stop playing with nature. And right here, Rob Schneider questions 2 billion GMO mosquitoes being released by the EPA. He says, I'm sure government and Bill Gates have our best interests in mind. And this was a tweet. I don't know. Are they still calling it tweets now that it's called X? What is this called? Xing now, maybe? So, yeah, what could go wrong with releasing 2 billion GMO mosquitoes? Rob says when they bite people, what exactly is going to be mosquito injected into people? But don't worry, he's sure that the government and Bill Gates have our best interests in mind. So, yeah, Rob probably has a point there. And that is backed up by the Children's Health Defense article, which said GE mosquitoes, genetically engineered, created by biotech company Oxitec, OXITEC, have been released in the U.S., even though the long-term effects could be disastrous. Yeah. Well, you know what? Children's Health Defense isn't doing the world any favors either. Climate change is on their agenda. They're led by Bobby Kennedy, who will not allow environmental solutions, and the effects of their inaction has been disastrous. But they get headlines here. They get headlines because they're credible, when I can assure you environmentally they're not. But they have been released in California, Florida, and Texas. And the two later states recently seen the first of locally acquired malaria in 20 years. So, according to Children's Health Defense, the Gates Foundation is heavily invested in the GMO, genetically modified organism, mosquito project, investing more than $30 million in Oxitec. Most of it, more than $20 million, is aimed at U.S. regions. So, yeah. And then here's Alex talking about, the mosquito solution, right? And then it says that Alex and InfoWars have been at the forefront of exposing GMO mosquito science project dangerously tampering with nature. And that's exactly what I say, because it's what it is. And yes, you truly don't, as Children's Health Defense, they actually make a logical point here. We don't know the long-term effects. When CFCs were first created, CFCs, where the chlorine portion of it eats ozone. They were a wonder chemical because they don't break down. They're resilient, but when they got released in the atmosphere, they break down up in the stratosphere near the ozone layer, and then they eat up ozone molecules. And, that was disastrous. So these people don't think long term. They just, get an idea in their head. And then because you have Bill Gates' money, I guess, involved with it, you get to just act on it. But right here, Now this InfoWars article was August 11th, 2023, and these two articles, a Guardian article, this is March 26, 2022, and there's a People article here, this is March 10th, 2022, and yeah, they say, they're going genetically altered, is what they call it here. Mosquitoes will be released in Florida and California to fight disease. So Bill Gates, of course, is being a hero. The EPA is, it's more than, what do they say here in People? Well, they downplay it. They say to fight disease, but here in The Guardian, to battle deadly diseases. So, okay, yes, Bill Gates, what does Rob Schneider know? Bill Gates truly must be looking out for our best interest, because he's concerned in battling deadly diseases. But I'm with InfoWars here, in that this is just really playing with nature. Tampering is what they say. You don't play with nature, okay? Yes, okay, apparently there is an invasive mosquito right here, the Aedes aegypti. I'll just call it the AA mosquito. And the project specifically targets that mosquito, one of more than 3,500 mosquito species, and a dangerous invasive insect that has spread diseases like dengue, Zika, chikungunya, and yellow fever in other countries. So the company, what was their name? All I can think of is Oxycontin, but Oxitec, Oxitec, the company Oxitec hopes that releasing its engineered bugs will help control the AA in California, where numbers have risen in recent years. The species is already on the move across the state and has been found in 21 counties, according to the California Department of Public Health. The state's devastating drought conditions with low water levels in pipes and ponds, slow stagnating streams, and less rain to flush out water systems have helped the mosquito populations flourish. And they love to lurk near houses and communities. And the dangerous diseases aren't yet spreading in California, but the invasive insect has been highlighted by government officials as a growing risk. So RAJEEV and VIADYANATHAN, the director of programs at Oxitec, says it doesn't belong here with its it is environmentally disruptive. Well, you know what? So aren't a lot of invasions in America right now. And they're all equally, the Asian carp in the Great Lakes. Now, oh my God, we've got to take care of it because it's an invasion and it's going to destroy the natural, but the invasion on land, we have to worry about the invasion in the air and the invasion underwater, but the invasion on land, I mean, the government doesn't have a problem with that. But here we're very concerned about a mosquito. But they say that this AA mosquito is more difficult to eradicate with pesticides because they prefer to feed and breed in and around people's homes and are out biting during the day. They say butterflies and bees are out during the day. That makes it very incompatible with traditional mosquito control. But this company's Oxitec's so-called friendly male mosquitoes are delivered as eggs, ready to deploy in Just Add Water device, which could help curb the high cost typically associated with eradicating the species. And so how they say this works is that these new male mosquitoes mate with existing females in hopes that their offspring will not survive long enough to mature. Okay, well, what was the key word there? Oh, that's right. In hopes that. Okay? Not it's proven that their offspring will not survive. No, we're just hoping. So, back to Rob Schneider. What could go wrong? I don't know. A lot. And this Guardian article says that all the modified insects are equipped with a marker gene that scientists can use to tell them apart from the wild mosquitoes with regular monitoring, and regular monitoring will be put in place to ensure the experiment is going to plan. So no need to worry because the government, who has a plan, who's hoping things go the way they think they're going to, they're going to regularly monitor. They have things that are placed to ensure the experiment is going to plan. And if it's not, then they'll be scrambling at that point in time to either try to figure out what to do or just try to figure out how to gaslight the situation. And so, according to our friends of the earth, they say that California and Florida should not be taking risks with experimental biotechnology. So, yeah, you can't argue with that. There's no such thing as 100% effective in science. Yet the public is being asked to trust that Oxitec's experiment will work and no GE female mosquitoes will survive. But how do we know that? Well, we don't. And this is all just craziness. But right here, according to the company, that guy with the long name says, we are following the EPA's strict guidelines. Once we get the permits, we can talk about it publicly. Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, they're not really going to talk about it. They have their propaganda outlets here out promoting it like, oh, no. I mean, hey, this is all good. Hey, some people raised a question, but I mean, it's just a genetically modified mosquito. It's playing with nature. As InfoWars says, where is it? Tampering with nature. And the Children's Health Defense actually makes a little bit of sense here. The long-term effects could be disastrous, as even a comedian knows. So Bob Schneider, he's walking a dangerous line these days. He's about to probably be blacklisted. He says some pretty logical things that, go against the industry. But here we are. And this is going on. Nobody's stopping it. And we will see if the government and Bill Gates really had our best interests in mind, or if this is just going to turn out to be something that has a lot of unintended consequences. So stay tuned, people.